Hey, what's up everybody? It's Coach Matt over here at Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. You know, yesterday we did a video, and the video involved turning the right foot as you land in the middle of the, I think it was either the shot put or the discus. As you land, continuing to turn that foot. Somebody was having an issue with it, we took care of it in yesterday's video. Now, today, somebody left a comment under that video. The guy's name is The Boss Man, 1997. Hopefully no relation to the Big Boss Man from Cobb County, Georgia. He says, "Hey coach, love your vids. The thing that's bothering me is it really necessary to turn your foot?" Meaning that power foot when you land in the middle of the circle. He said, "When I watched the two gliders at the Olympics, it didn't look like they turned their foot. Keep up the good work." Well, Bossman 1997, you have a couple of things in here that I want to cover. First of all, what Bossman did is awesome, and this is what I want to do. I want to create a rolling dialogue for all of you. So if you watch the video, leave your comment under the video, and then the next day, I'll put up a new video answering your question. Underneath that video, maybe you have a question about that. What this is going to do is create a rolling dialogue, almost like a teaching, education type video, where every day, if you subscribe to this channel, every day you'll get a new video explaining some new technique, some new things that you can work on, answering your specific questions, and that way, when indoor season comes around in about 3 months, you're going to have a lot of videos. You're going to have probably 150 videos of just questions that you're asking. That way we can keep this dialogue going and get you that unfair advantage before indoor starts. But the Bossman 1997 has a couple things I want to go over. First of all, if you are a beginner thrower, if you are a new thrower, somebody who's maybe only done it for 2 or 3 years, I want you to try to avoid watching video of Olympic level world-class throwers for a couple of reasons. Number one, Olympic level, world-class level throwers are just that. They are world-class. They are Olympic level. They have been doing this probably longer than you've been alive. I know guys that are throwing right now and doing really well, they've probably been throwing since they were 12, 14 years old, even younger if they're from the European countries, and now they're in their 30s. That's close to 20 years of throwing experience. And in those 20 years of throwing experience, they're going to do things their own way. They're going to find out what works for them, little quirks, little footwork positions, the way they hold the shot, the way they hold the discus, how they start in the back of the circle. Things are going to be different because over the course of the past 20 years, they've learned how to tweak, and they've learned how to twist, and they've learned how to kind of manipulate the form to work best for them. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. I'm trying to teach you the best way so that you can do that on your own over the course of time. The other thing is, these guys are fantastic athletes. These guys are probably a lot stronger, a lot more explosive, a lot more mobile and flexible than you are at this point, because you've only been doing this movement and this technique for a couple of years. They've been doing it for like 20, 22, 25 years, so you don't want to really try to mimic what they do. It's not going to work. But to answer the main question, hopefully that clears that up. You don't want to look at these guys too much and try to mimic their technique. I want you to learn how to do it and then kind of create your own little twist, your own little tweak, so it fits you better. Now the question is it even necessary to turn that right foot when you get to the middle of the circle into your power position? And the answer is absolutely 100% yes. You've got to turn that right foot. If you're a discus thrower and you're right-handed, okay, most throwers are right-handed. There's only a few who are left-handed. That's just the way the world works. My son's a lefty. Everybody in our family's a righty. Who knows where that came from? But what you want to see is, you go to a track meet and you're throwing discus, where does the official out in the field, where does he stand? He stands along the right sector line. Why is that? Because with the majority of right-handed throwers, your throws are going to go down the right sector line or the right half of that sector. Why is that? Has to do with your foot. Now here's what I'm talking about. If you're in, get this out of the way. If you're in a power position, okay, and you land in that power position and you're going to throw, if you don't turn that right foot. And you just extend and push. Where are my hips facing? My hips are facing down the right sector line. Meaning that when you throw, your shoulders, your hips, everything is controlled by that foot. If you don't turn the foot, unless you're crazy flexible, like the guys in the Olympics, crazy explosive, crazy flexible, if you don't turn that right foot, your hips are going to point down that right sector line, which means your shoulders and your head will go down that right sector line, which means the discus or the shot is going to go down that right sector line. If you turn the foot all the way, meaning you turn the knee, you turn the foot down the middle of the circle, now your shoulders will go down the middle of the circle, the shot will go down the middle of the circle, or the shoulders and the discus will go down the middle of that sector. Okay? That's why it's so important to turn that foot. What you're seeing with the Olympians is that they're pushing, more than likely they're so explosive and they're so flexible that they can get away with not turning the foot. But as they throw, guaranteed, that foot continues to turn in midair to get those hips all the way around. These guys have extremely mobile, extremely strong, extremely flexible hips for doing this event for 20-something years. So when they're in there and they start to really crank and push over, their foot butt might not turn. That's because with those guys, they might not have to. You, as a beginning thrower, absolutely positively need to turn that right foot. Get the right foot cranking, get the hip all the way around, get the shoulders all the way around, get as much force and as much push possible on that ball or on that discus to get as far of a throw as you possibly can. Awesome question from the Boss Man 1997. If you have questions, I know there were a few others that were left under there, but if you have questions, if you disagree with me, if you think I'm full of crap, leave your comments underneath. I want to hear them. Okay, these comments are going to create that rolling dialogue every day, and we'll be able to get this classroom setting all set up for you guys so that every single day there's a new video waiting for you. You can learn the technique now before your indoor track season starts. Get the unfair advantage over your competitors who are just sitting on their butt playing Xbox. Keep those questions rolling in. Keep those comments coming in below the YouTube video. You guys will be happy you did. You'll have an entire book that you can put together of these videos. Hope to hear from you soon.